The surplus comes amid questions about how to pay for growth. As the state's population surges, more kids need more classrooms. Our Anna Zillian shares why some advocates think impact fees could be a part of the funding solution.
School districts in the Treasure Valley and in other parts of the state are growing rapidly, and they say the current way to fund school construction by bond levy just isn't enough. Before the pandemic slowed in-person enrollment at many public schools, the West Ada School District was adding an average of 655 students per year.
So obviously we're growing in Star, we're growing in South Meridian, and we've got some spots in Eagle that are definitely growing.
That's impacting education in the terms that it's bringing more school-age population into the city, and so we're seeing more enrollment at schools.
When enrollment continues to increase year after year, eventually new school buildings become a necessity.
Land is expensive, so we need to try to do that in enough time where we can purchase land at a price that is not an exorbitant rate. We can't pay what developers can pay for land. It would be really great if we could say, we are going to need this school in 3 years, so we're going to start building it now. Unfortunately, we can't do that necessarily because of the funding. Our operating expenses right now don't allow for us to just build a building.
This rapid growth and increasing public school enrollment is becoming an issue across Idaho.
It used to happen sort of in the Treasure Valley, right? It was always Meridian, Eagle, but it's happening in all over the state now.
And in Idaho, taxpayers are burdened with the cost to build a new school building.
The only way for school districts to build new facilities is through bond levies. And bond levies are extremely difficult to pass in Idaho because Idaho's constitution requires a supermajority requirement for those to pass, which means that you need 66.7% of your voters to agree to tax themselves for a bond levy.
Some Idaho school districts and the Idaho School Boards Association are asking lawmakers to give them another way to pay for new school buildings by charging impact fees.
Impact fees are paid by new developments to support the infrastructure of the development and the area.
Idaho law currently allows local governments to charge impact fees on new developments to pay for public facilities. These are things like wastewater collection and treatment, roads and bridges, parks, and public safety facilities.
Public schools are not defined as a public facility, so we are not able to collect impact fees.
The idea behind allowing schools to collect these fees.
So it's the idea that you're paying kind of this one-time fee to help make sure that services are being provided at the level of service that community members expect. We argue, of course, that when growth happens, it does have an impact on your school district and our ability to provide those services to kids. And if large groups of families move to this community, they expect their public schools to be a facility that they can utilize.
In 2021, the Kuna and Middleton school districts introduced a resolution at an Idaho School Boards Association meeting for the IDSBA to work with the state legislature to pass legislation adding public schools to the list of public facilities that can collect impact fees. The resolution passed overwhelmingly, showing Idaho public school districts are in favor of this move. But where do developers stand? On impact fees in general, the Building Contractors Association of Southwestern Idaho is for them.
Because in many cases it will accelerate the process of meeting the demand for new homes and homes in general. But it has to be countered with what are the ultimate costs, and are the consumers that are looking to buy those homes ready, willing, and able to absorb those costs.
When it comes to crafting legislation, this issue gets a little complicated. Tomorrow, I'll tell you more about work to introduce legislation on this topic during this legislative session and why it's a complicated issue.
Well, finally it happened today in the Treasure Valley. Sunshine came out for most of the valley. If it didn't where you live, Sorry to hear that, because most places did get the sunshine. This is just before the sun went down. Boise with that nice clear sky. And of course, the higher elevations, beautiful blue sky at Bogus Basin. Look, you can see for a long ways looking up to the north there. And then the McCall area, beautiful blue skies again today after dropping below zero this morning, and about 15 or 16 degrees below zero at Redfish Lake this morning. It's been cold where it's been clear, and that's going to be the case in the Treasure Valley tonight with the clear skies that have come in. We'll have some temperatures that will be dropping, and a little fog could form in some places too, but we're going to drop into the single digits in a few places. Boise, I'm expecting about 14 degrees, so that's colder than it has been, and we'll go partly cloudy. Some places will get low clouds, even a little fog potentially. So when you wake up, if you see clear sky, it's going to be really cold outside. Either way, it's going to be cold for everybody, and that little bit of a breeze. Not as strong of a breeze as we had today. Hoping for this sunshine right here in the afternoon, at least in some locations. That should bring the temperature close to 30. So will it snow on Sunday night and Monday where you live? We'll look at my forecast coming up.
Lawmakers are calling legislation that would provide Idaho teachers and staff the same insurance coverage as state employees. A game changer. Our Madison Hardy has details.
House Bill 443, which passed the House on Monday, would create a dedicated fund to hold the one-time amount public schools need to buy into the state's medical and dental group insurance plans. Governor Brad Little called the legislation a game changer, and backers of the bill hope it will help attract and retain teaching staff across the state. Idaho Education Association President Lane McAnally said it would significantly benefit school districts in rural areas where finding competitive plans is more difficult.
It's really going to impact our rural districts to provide an opportunity for them to get a larger pool of people together so that it does lower their deductible, which then ultimately ends up with more money in their pocket.
Nampa Education Association President Brian Coffey said if passed into law, House Bill 443 could impact some school districts more than others. But he believes it sends an important message from the state.
It's a message that public educators are valuable public servants and should be receiving the same high-quality insurance benefits as other state employees.
School districts don't have to buy into the state plan and could keep their private insurers. But McAnally said that deductibles vary from district to district, and some, especially for rural districts and paraprofessionals, can be incredibly high. He believes that House Bill 443 is a step in the right direction for keeping Idaho's teachers in the gem state.
Just over 50% of our educators are looking at leaving the profession, and so helping the educators with better benefits, better pay, and more respect is what's going to keep educators in the classroom.
If passed into law, districts would have until June 2024 to use the funds, which is estimated at about $75.5 million if all schools enter into the plan. Still, Coffey feels there's much more work to be done and would like to see Idaho lawmakers put more money into supporting education.
Bill 443 of this year's legislature is on the heels of the largest tax cut bill in history. And so it's kind of shocking that the idea is that the state didn't have the money before. There just wasn't the political will. So they have to put some money where their mouths are, but it's paling in comparison to the real legislative priority, which is tax cuts.
To learn more about how House Bill 443 could affect educators and teaching staff around the state, head to idahonews6.com. Madison Hardy, Idaho News 6.
Newly proposed legislation would ban licensed counselors from providing so-called conversion therapy to children under the age of 18. Conversion therapy is a scientifically discredited practice that attempts to change a person's sexual orientation or gender identity. While the bill would limit therapists, it would not affect clergy or parents as long as they are acting in their religious or family roles. Garden City Democrat John McCrosty introduced the bill to a House panel today.
Meteorologist Scott Dorval with the Idaho News 6 forecast.
All right, let's take a look at that forecast for the Winter Carnival. Again, anybody heading up north, looks beautiful weather on Friday if you're heading up. If you're going up Saturday, same story. An amazing day Saturday with temperatures in the single digits in the morning, but we get to 33 in the afternoon. So the afternoon when the sun is shining, that's when it's going to be beautiful. When the sun goes down, the temperature will drop rapidly and heading down close to zero at night each night. Of course, the fireworks Friday night over the lake, pretty much right where we saw in this picture here. Again, clear skies. The wind should be light. I hope it stays light. It's just a couple miles per hour can be a little on the chilly side. Sunday, still a chance for some snow coming in. It's going to be light snow. I think between Sunday night and Monday, maybe an inch of snow in McCall. That's really about it. Some light, fluffy snow. And it's probably not going to come in during the early afternoon. It will be later in the afternoon or evening for McCall. So as you're traveling home, you're probably going to be fine. If you see a couple of flakes falling from the sky, you might want to head out of town because the snow will be coming in. But it's mostly going to stay in central Idaho. Southern Idaho is only going to get just a little bit, maybe some snow showers Sunday night. Look at the clear skies come in during the day today. See that white just disappear? That's the cloud cover disappearing from southwest to northeast during the day today. It was pretty impressive when that happened. A line of that cloud cover just kind of pushing to the south. You can even see it right in here. Watch closely right here in the loop. There it is right there, pushing to the south, clearing out most of the Treasure Valley. Some dry air coming in. Our temperature inversion is going to strengthen over the weekend, but with dry air, we'll have a better chance for getting some sunshine, at least from time to time. But the higher elevations are going to be warming up. And then Sunday night comes in and we have a chance for some snow coming in. Here it is a little further to the north. It's a weak system and it's not affecting the Treasure Valley. Maybe some snow showers. Nothing showing up here on Monday for southern and central Idaho. A little snow in north central Idaho. On Tuesday, again, McCall northward, a chance for some snow, maybe a little bit to the south. A break on Wednesday. And then on Thursday and Friday, this is Thursday, here's a chance of some more snow, mostly central Idaho, maybe a little bit in the Treasure Valley. And then Friday, you see a little bit more. So the Thursday-Friday storm for central Idaho could be a 2 to 4 inch snowfall. In fact, if you add up all the snow that I showed you and just put it all together cumulative, and if it all stayed on the ground, this is how much new snow would fall. Not much for the valley, but upwards to a half a foot potentially in Long Valley over the next 10 days. So the ski resorts could be getting upwards to 10 inches of snow over the next 10 days, although it's not really showing up entirely on the charts. It's north central Idaho is going to get a boost to the snowpack. Great news there. This is what an average of the west central mountains ski resorts would be. So for the European and the global forecast system, there's only showing between 3 and 7 inches of snow. This has been varying, going back and forth, trying to figure out which computer model is going to be right here, and is there going to be another surge of snow coming in for next weekend. One place that's likely to get a lot of snow is the Northeast. This is going to be the first real blizzard, a nor'easter blizzard, heading into the New England states in a few years now, and there could be 3 feet of snow in the Boston area. Stay tuned. It's going to be a wicked blizzard back in the Northeast. Okay, for the Treasure Valley, near 30 degrees tomorrow. If we can get some sunshine, we get to 30. If not, it stays a little bit colder. Either way you slice it, we're keeping the chilly air around tomorrow morning, only in the teens. And if you're in the mountains, single digits above and below zero for many locations, some places teens below zero. Weekend forecast looks dry. Sunday night, only snow showers in the Treasure Valley. Maybe a dusting for the drive time on Monday. Right now, it doesn't look like a big deal, but if it changes, I'll keep you updated.
This is Idaho News 6.
This week, we have once again teamed up with the News Literacy Foundation for News Literacy Week. Our effort is aimed at providing resources for better information consumption and sharing, and part of that includes spotting fake news and misinformation. Ashar Karashi looks at the risk of weaponizing information.
Consuming information in a digital echo chamber can make it easier to fall prey to misinformation and conspiracy.
People need to be aware, just as aware, of their own biases when they consume information.
Helen Lee Bouygues is the president of the Reboot Foundation, an organization focused on critical thinking and combating misinformation. She says their research shows that while 95% of people believe they're adept at identifying fake news, only 1% of them use tools to verify the information they're consuming.
There's a problem in the link between people understanding that social media is going to charge you up, and yet people feel very comfortable that they're very capable of identifying fake news.
2 examples she points to are the January 6th insurrection and continued misinformation about coronavirus and vaccines. But she says anyone can be at risk.
Our studies have shown that heavier use of social media, be it right-leaning or left-leaning, you're equally susceptible to fake news.
A recent study found that between August 2020 and January 2021, misinformation on Facebook got 6 times the number of likes, shares, and interactions on the platform as did trustworthy news sources.
There was a rumor that spread a lot on Twitter and other places that the CEO of Pfizer had actually chosen to not be vaccinated. And you can imagine how that would really resonate with people. What does that tell us about the safety of it? And that is, of course, completely false.
Craig Silverman is a journalist who's been reporting on online rumors, disinformation, and media manipulation for more than a decade. He's the author of a series of handbooks on information verification that are available for free online. Healthy skepticism, he says, is key.
When somebody has sent you something, read it. Notice your reaction to it, whether you're instantly accepting or rejecting it. Take a moment and ask yourself, well, where did this come from?
Silverman says there are tools you can use to verify, for example, the sources of images that could be used inaccurately.
You can either point to the address of an image online or upload an image to tools like Google Reverse Image Search, or a tool like TinEye or Yandex Image Search, and it will actually show you all the other places online that image has been found in their database.
Stopping or at least slowing the spread of false and misleading information is a responsibility, experts say, we all must shoulder.
It's not about having to learn all these new techniques. It's about actually just being conscious of the information you're consuming and then passing on.
I'm Usher Qureshi reporting.
The Idaho News 6 Ski Report, brought to you by Larry Miller Subaru.
All right, no new snow to report, but all places seeing beautiful blue skies. Most resorts are 100% open or at a pretty good capacity right now. Brundage 100% open, 99 Trails at Sun Valley Resort. Great Base is going on. New snow is in the forecast, mostly northern Idaho, but even Pomerelle and Magic Mountain might see a little bit of new snow coming up here as we head towards the upcoming, not this weekend, but the following weekend especially, and even Soldier Mountain got some great conditions.
For more than a decade, healthcare advocates have warned about rural hospitals struggling to survive. Since then, dozens have closed, including one this year, not even a month into 2022. Our To America series looks to expand the America you know by shining a light on the America you may not. Matt Pearl looks at a rural community that lost its hospital and has been trying to cope ever since.
Before we take you on the ground in 2 towns in Tennessee, we must take you in the air. In the Air shows the mountains and wonders that surround the towns with beauty